Hi Booktube, Tiffany here with the Crafty Home, and today I'm going to do the Booktube Newbie Tag. This was originally created by Brenda C. I will make sure to link her channel down below. And the reason I'm doing this, I'm not new. I've been doing Booktube now for almost a year and a half, although I don't have a ton of videos up. I've been getting into it more in the last couple months, really trying to put out more and feeling more comfortable about everything. Anyway, I wanted to do this because right now, you know, like how on your channel you can, like, I don't know if you know this, but you can put up a video like as when people aren't subscribed to you, it's the first thing they see. So hi, if you aren't subscribed to me. And what I had up there right now is my introduction to Booktube, which I did like as my very first video, but I didn't have it all set up good yet, and the sound quality is horrible. And so I thought, well, I'll do this tag because it'll tell about me and it's a fun tag, and then I can put that up there. So that's really why I'm doing this. Plus it'll be fun. So question number one, why did you start this channel? I started this channel, I started watching, well, first off, my husband told me about Booktube. He was watching planner videos like crazy. And he heard somebody comment about how they were like taking notes in this one part of their thing, and I have no idea what booktuber it was. It was an older gentleman. I don't know. Anyway, but he was like saying he was writing down stuff about Booktube. I don't know if he made videos or it was just like people he wanted to watch or video. I don't know. But anyway, he had like a place to jot down stuff, and my husband was like, "Do you know about this whole thing called Booktube?" And I was like, "What? Videos about books on YouTube?" And so I went and I looked. I searched for Booktube, and Nerd in Translation had posted a video like, "Welcome to Booktubia." I think she called it Booktubia. Anyway, and that one was the first one I watched, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I started finding people. It has taken me a long time to find a ton of people. I think I started with Nerd in Translation, An Awkward Reader, Words of a Reader. I think those were like the main ones I watched for a long time. I have watched every single one of Nerd in Translation's videos. Oh, and Super Sushi Pizza, Sushila from Super Sushi Pizza, who isn't doing videos as often anymore. Those were kind of the ones I started with, and I didn't just watch their current videos. I went back and I watched everything. And I finally have realized, it took me a year to figure out that better to use that little My Subscriptions thing and just watch the people. Anyway, so I just watch their newest videos. If you want to go back, fine, if you have time. But anyway, so after I watched a few, I was like, I want to do this. I totally want to do this. So I figured out how to do it, and I've been doing it ever since. So mainly it was just because I wanted community. I wanted to talk to other people about books, or to talk to somebody about books who understands. So you are that person. That was totally cheesy. I'm really sorry. Okay, question number two. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Well, I don't see a lot. I'm starting to find more and more now, but when I first started, I didn't see very many married women or women with children or anything like that. Well, I'm married, I have 4 kids, I homeschool, so I thought just in that alone I can bring a different perspective than some of you who are younger can, and which most of you are younger, let's just admit that. And also, I have a book blog, and I have for quite a while, and well, it hasn't always just been a book blog, but I review books there for several Christian publishing companies. So I read a lot of Christian fiction, and I didn't see a lot of people doing that. I try to read both, well, because I enjoy reading both, and also because I want to be able to have my channel not just be Christian fiction. So actually, I don't review a ton of them by video, but I do try to review some, and I show them in my book hauls and all that. And if I really, really like it, I'll do a review on it. But that's something I don't see a ton of. And so I found a couple people now who are, which is really exciting for me. Hi, Amy from ABC Books. Anyway, so she does them. That's why I said that. So anyway, it's kind of, that's something I can bring that there's not a lot out there. Whether there's a huge demand for it or not, I don't know. Plus, I'm me and nobody else is me. So I bring me, and that's unique. Number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Like I said, it's not new, but what I'm most excited about going forward is getting to build more relationships. I'm getting better at that. I'm getting better on Twitter. I'm starting to do readathons. And so that is what I'm most excited about, is connecting with other people, connecting with you who view. I love getting comments, and I'm excited to like grow up my subscribers and to be able to have more comments and more interactions, and You know, I'd love to, once I get bigger, do like book clubs, and just, there's so many things you can do, and it gives me an outlet to be friends with other people who love books. Question number 4, why do you love reading? I've always loved a good story. I always have. I'm a sucker for that. I love using my imagination. I love reading and seeing that picture, and so that's why I love being able to imagine. We don't watch TV, and for me, TV, well, I watch some stuff on Hulu, like I watch The Voice and a couple other shows, but America's Got Talent when it comes out, although I haven't as faithfully as I have in years past because they just put out so many videos that it's hard. MasterChef, I love MasterChef. But I like reading a story because I get to put my own imagination and my own spin on it, and you get to think about it more, and usually there are more deeper themes and stuff going through them, and so I really enjoy that about reading. It's a thing I can do to relax. The other reason I love to read at this time in my life is because I have fibromyalgia, I have back problems. A lot of times I'm stuck in a chair or I'm stuck in bed. I mean, I can get up and do little things, but for the most part, you know, I don't get to do a lot physically in my day. I love to knit, I love to sew. Knitting I can do more because I can do it in my chair, but I can't do it laying down. And reading I can do laying down, and I can do anywhere, and it's just a great pastime. Question number 5. What book or book series got you into reading? Like I said, I've loved to read forever. When I was little, we lived a block away from a bookstore. I would go there frequently. I don't remember actually getting to buy much, but I would just go in there and be in the bookstore. We also lived just one more block over was the library. I loved the library. I went there all the time. I'd ride my little bike. I mean, I would say as soon as first grade, as soon as I could read, I was going all the time. By second or third grade, I was booking it over there all the time. Eventually we moved away, and then we moved back. Then we had to live out of town a little ways, and there was a little teeny library in town, and I had to cross like the highway to get there. Not a freeway, like a highway, rural highway, but still it's pretty busy, and I would cross that on my uncle's old little Schwinn bicycle and go to the library, which was a teeny tiny old school. But I've always loved libraries. I've always loved books. So this is a really hard question for me, but there are some books that I remember as being pivotal in different points of my life. So I remember in junior high or high school, I think it was junior high, reading, I'd seen like the movie, but reading Little Woman and then Little Men. I love Little Men. If you have not read Little Men and you love Little Woman by Louisa May Alcott, you need to read it. Jo's Boys is also very good. I remember vividly, and I don't have a very good memory, so I must have really, really enjoyed it to have remembered it. But I remember sitting in my room, and I had this big walk-in closet, and I'd go in there with blankets so that like nobody could disturb me. I didn't have brothers or sisters. I don't know who I thought was going to disturb me. But, and I just sat and I read and I read and I read, and I just loved it. I did that like all the time, but those two books really stick out to me. I really remember, because you know, like junior high and high school, sometimes you get busy with other stuff, and I remember that. High school and college, I still read for pleasure, but not a ton. But I do remember reading some Francine Rivers books, and those really got me back into reading for a while. And my ex-husband's family, the ladies were really into reading, so that kind of picked me up a bit. And like I said, I've always read. But then I read, my husband and I got married. I got a Kindle for Christmas, I think a year after we got married. My current husband is way into books. My first husband was not. He doesn't actually read that much, but he loves books. It's strange. He like collects them, but he loves that I'm a reader. We're both kind of nerdy types, and so I feel more free to be able to read and have that be my passion. This is becoming the longest video ever. Anyway, so I remember when I got the Kindle and I got the Hunger Games because people were talking about it on Facebook. And that kind of got me back into reading, because I had been reading Christian fiction, but after a while, at least the types, now I'm finding more genres within the Christian fiction realm. So that's nice, because I was getting really tired of the same Christian romance. And it's even true in secular. The romances seem to be the same cheesy, like a bubblegum romance. So this got to be you know, it kind of got me like excited again about reading different books and different genres, and then Booktube, and then, you know, but anyway, so kind of Little Women, Little Men, Francine Rivers, and The Hunger Games have kind of all picked me up again when I kind of go through a reading slump, which I don't see happening again anytime soon. Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? So many of my favorites have actually recently put out videos with hints and tips and about ARCs, about NetGalley. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe these same questions, you know, some of the older booktubers haven't, been doing it longer, haven't done this. And so, you know, hearing again what got them started reading and just those kind of things would be interesting to me. I don't really have like a technical question to ask because, like I said, I feel like if you haven't seen Little Book Owl's most recent video about how to booktube, and she has a whole channel or playlist full of like how to do stuff from different people, watch those because there's so many tips and advice you can get out there. So I really can't think of a question other than like, can we meet up somewhere? Because I'd love to meet you in person. And question number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? When I first started, the hardest thing for me to overcome was talking to a camera, which I feel like I'm getting better at. Obviously, there's still room for improvement. The hardest challenge for me is finding the time to film. With 4 kids who are home all day, I have to like, I've kind of got into a groove now. When the youngest one goes to sleep, he's 3, and he's the one who wants to come and see me the most often. I put him to sleep, and then I put on pbskids.org, the website, and they play games on my computer and stuff, and I put that in the living room and then I go in the back room. So I've kind of fixed that, but that's still kind of my hardest challenge, is finding time to film. And the other challenge that's really hard for me is getting over self-image issues. I've kind of just had to finally go, you know what? Yeah, I may not be the prettiest. I may not be able to always put my hair down. I mean, I always think, oh, I'm going to put my hair down so I look nicer today and it's something different. And then it always ends up because that's the way it is when you're a busy mom. It ends up all the time in these cute little clips. Yeah, cute clips. Anyway, so I think those are my biggest challenges, getting over my own self-image issues and just being myself and not worrying about it, and then finding a way to keep the kids occupied so I can film. So this one doesn't actually tell you to tag anybody, but I wanted to tag 2 people who are newer to BookTube who have not done this, and I love both of their channels. I'm having so much fun getting to know them. So Lydia from Something Like Lydia, I'd love for you to do this, and Amy from Amy C Books. They're both fabulous, and I would really love to see their take on these questions. So I hope you stick around. I hope you subscribe. I hope you watch more of my videos. And if you have any suggestions, be nice and gentle. But if you have any suggestions or comments or videos you want to see, leave that down below because I'm always open to more suggestions. So I'll chat with y'all later. Bye!